everybody, welcome to this 60 minutes in yoga for strong immunity system. As you are aware, we are now facing a pandemic, the whole world, this COVID-19, and I personally feel that having a strong immunity system is one way of keeping these viruses away. Okay, so in this Yin Yoga, it's very different from Hatha Yoga and the other stronger yoga classes, because in this class we hold the poses between 3 to 5 minutes, which is quite a long time, and it's a very slow paced class. Okay, so do take your time to try to get your body relaxed. Okay, if we get into the pose and you feel that there's a lot of tension there, give your body some time to stretch, to get into the pose, and just focus on your breathing as you inhale through the nose and exhale through your nose. Okay, for this class, maybe you need 2 blocks, I'm not sure, but just have 2 blocks by the side. If you do not have any blocks, you can also use just some stack of thick books. Okay, or if you also like, you can bring your poster. Okay, you can also bring a pillow. Okay, maybe you'll fall asleep in the class, and I'll try to keep you awake as much as I can. Okay, so before we go into the first pose, let's just do a little warm up to warm up the body. Okay, so let's do some neck stretches. So place the left hand down by the side of your body, raise your right hand up. Inhaling here, bend the right elbow, bring the fingertips towards the tip of the left ear. Take one inhale here. As you exhale, bring your right ear down towards the right shoulder. And at the same time, bring this left palm as far down as you can towards the mat. You can choose to close your eyes here or keep it open. It's totally up to you. I will prefer to keep it closed because I get easily distracted if I have my eyes open. Just few breaths here as you inhale and exhale. This time on the exhalation, maybe try to bring that right ear closer to the right shoulder. Bring that left hand down even closer towards the floor. And then really feel and observe that stretch on the left side of the neck. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the nose. 2 more breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, go a little deeper. Maybe reach the hand down more. Go for a deeper stretch. Inhale, bring your weight back up to center. Release your right hand down to the mat. Now lift the left hand up, bend the left elbow, place the fingers to the tip of your right ear. Inhale to lengthen the spine first. Exhale, bend and bring that left ear down towards the left shoulder. 1 more inhale. Exhale, go a little deeper, stretch a little more. Bring that left ear down even closer to the shoulder. Always go deeper or stretch more in every exhalation. So maybe this time try to bring your hand down even closer to the floor. Stay and breathe. Focus on your breath. Focus on slowing down your breathing as you inhale and exhale. Use your breath to slow down the mind, slow down your heartbeat. 3 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 last one. Inhale and exhale. Take 1 inhale, slowly bring your head back to center, release your hands. Okay, just a few more stretches here. Inhale, raise the hands up, interlace the fingers, palms facing up. Lengthen towards the sides of your body, lengthen your spine up, feel that lift in your ribs, maybe look up. Take one inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands to the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blade, straighten the elbow, bring your chin to chest. Just 2 more rounds. Inhale, raise your hands up, interlace the fingers, straighten the elbow, push the hands towards the ceiling. So you should feel your arms engaging as well as you stretch the sides of your body. Exhale, chin towards the chest, interlace the fingers, straighten the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Last one, inhale, push the hands up, interlace the fingers, lift up, stretch as much as you can, stretch to your maximum, maybe look up. Take one inhale, exhale, bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, chin towards the chest. And slowly release. Good. Now we're going to start in our first pose. Our first pose would be open wing, we call it. Okay, so first come onto your belly. Okay, if you have a block or a pillow, you can place it in front. Now you may or may not need to use it. So if you don't feel that it's comfortable to rest your head here, you can remove the block. Okay, I'm going to just show you how you use it. Okay, so now we're going to start from the left side first. It's just easy for me to show you here. Extend your left hand out. Make sure your left hand is in line with your left shoulder. Okay, place the blocks. Okay, where your head will rest. You are going to rest the side of your head onto the block. Okay, now from here, use the right hand. Place the palms onto the mat. See my right elbow up. Now flip over to the right side. Now as you flip over, your right hip is up top, your right knee is on top. Place the right foot down. Okay, just behind the left knee. Okay, use these palms. Okay, now you will feel a lot here in your elbows, in your shoulders. Now if you feel this is already too much, I want you to just stay in what we call a half wing pose. Okay, so you can place this right hand, okay, extend it out, internally rotate it, and then just bring the palms behind. Now as you bring the palms behind, work on opening the shoulder up. Okay, taking your time because you have 3 minutes here. Okay, and then just stay here and relax. Now for those who are really feeling comfortable here or you don't feel any sensation, scoop your hips, your left hip more into the mat. Okay, place your right knee here. Now, keep your left hand where it is. You can reach out. Same thing, internally rotate this right hand, look for your left hand. Grab it. Okay? Or if you like, you can also interlace your fingers like this. Okay? And squeeze your shoulder blades. So you feel even more on this side. Okay, now so for those, okay, I'm going to grab my wrist because I like this version better. Okay, now if this is still good enough for you, or maybe through that 3 minutes that you stay in the pose, you feel like you want to go even more, then I would suggest you can also try to bring both knees up, so both feet on the mat, and try to bring this right hip down as you extend it, and stay there and hold. Okay? More options to go even deeper, you can bring your foot into butterfly. And then the idea is to really bring this hip down so that they are in line with the left hip. And just stay here. Okay? So just stay here and breathe. So I gave you many options. Okay, so sometimes you may start with the first option, and if you do, you can slowly continue on to the second option, third option, fourth option. Okay? It's your body. And every day it feels different, so maybe right now you think that the second option is enough for you. Stay. Give your body some time to open up. Okay, in yoga we are stressing, okay, the joints. Okay, so that we can make the bones stronger. So by stressing, you need to do it gently. Okay, not abruptly. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna probably break something. We don't want that. Okay, so because of all the explanation that I did, we are already in 1.5 minutes in the pose, so we are in the halfway line. So we stay for another 1.5 minutes to come into 3 minutes. Okay, so in this pose, you should feel the stretch in the front part of your shoulder. Okay. If you're not looking at the video, it doesn't matter, just listen to me. Okay? But if you are, then just open your eyes. Okay, so front part of the shoulders. You should feel that stretch there, and you may even feel it all the way down. Okay, through the arms, all the way, sometimes even to the hands. Okay, everybody feels differently, depending on where your tightness is. You could also sometimes feel a little bit on the outside, but the main stretch is at the front of the shoulders. Okay, focus on your breath, closing your eyes here, keep yourself as comfortable as you can. Few more breaths here. 1 more minute to go. Inhale and exhale here. So immune system, and for an immune system to be strong, you definitely need to have strong lungs. People who are born or inherited weak lungs, they tend to fall sick a little easier, okay, because the lungs, which is used to expel out the toxins from the body, is not working as efficiently as everyone else. So it's important to focus on the breathing as much as you can, and we only do this in exercises. We don't do conscious breathing when we're just sitting down. We rarely do. Okay? Good. 2 more breaths here. Take 1 inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Good. Now slowly come out of the pose. So how do you come out of the pose? So first, release the top hand, which is the right hand, okay, down onto the mat. Okay, and then rotate your hips back the center and slowly release your left hand. You should feel that you can't move very fast, okay, and that is very normal because it's supposed to hurt. It's stressing the joints, okay? Alright, and now let's do the other side. So now let's bring the right hand up. So the right hand is in line with the right shoulder. Okay, with or without the block, usually without the block, just place the side of the head onto the mat. Okay, place your left palm onto the mat. Now flip your right hip over. Sorry, flip your left hip over. Sorry, place the right side of the hip. Flip the left hip over. Okay, bring the right hip in. Now from here, you can choose to stay here if it's a lot for your right shoulder. Otherwise, bring the left hand up, internally rotate that hand, bring it to the back, and just focus on opening the shoulder. Okay, the more you open the upper shoulder, the more you feel in your right shoulder. Okay, and if you like to, you can also reach out for your other hand if you can reach, and then just stay here. It's option 2. Option 3, you can bend both knees, bring the right hip in so that the left hip can be in line or level with the right hip. Okay, option 4, you can also come into butterfly pose. Okay, all options are effective. Okay, it's only depending on at what stage of your practice you are at. So everyone is at different levels of their practice. So maybe someone is taking option 3. That's fine, you can still stay in option 1. If option 1 works for you, stay there. Okay, the idea is to have the stretch on this right front part of the right shoulder, and if you do have that, you're doing it correctly. Okay, stay here, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Focus on your inhalation and exhalation. So as I was saying earlier, one of the organs that is really needed to have a strong immune system is the lungs, okay? Because the lungs take in oxygen and then brings in the oxygen through the body, through the red blood cells, and then it exhales out the toxins. So if your lungs are weak, okay, and it's not strong, you're not able to expel this toxin as easily. So, and you tend to have coughs, so every time when the doctor says you're coughing too much or you have a persistent cough, they usually prescribe you antibiotics because they feel that there's an infection in your body. So most importantly, keep your lungs healthy. Okay, so in this pose, in this open wing pose, as we are staying in this pose, we are actually stretching. Okay, in Chinese medicine, it is known as this meridians. So we have meridians channels throughout the body. That's what the Chinese medicine believes. And we have these qi flows that flows through the meridian channels of our body. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they were able to identify which meridian is for which organs. And where you're stretching now is for the lung meridian. So by stretching it there, we're stimulating the qi flow in that lung meridian channel. Okay, one more breath, inhale. And then you exhale. Okay, now we're going to slowly come back together. So first release your left hand. Place the left palm down. Then slowly flip yourself back. Shoulders down. Over here. Now, in Yin Yoga, we always take a rebound pose. And what does that mean? That means a 1 minute rebound, 2 minutes rebound. You let your body, okay, let the qi flow through your body after the pose. So I would suggest since we're lying down, let's lie down on our backs. Okay, bring your legs together or apart and just lie down here just for 2 minutes. Okay, when we stretch and stay in the pose for a very long time, okay, and we have this rebound pose, okay, it really helps to circulate the qi flows. So whatever you have stretched earlier is pulling, and once you come bring it back to normal, you're creating this circulation to move in your body. Okay, so stay here, close your eyes. Okay, focusing on your breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Okay, so besides doing some yoga poses, okay, like in this case where you can stimulate the lung meridian channels, you can also do breathing exercises. So breathing exercises is really highly recommended, okay, for any exercise. So if you go maybe qigong, consider meditation, and of course yoga. Yoga, we strongly do believe in practicing breathing. And I personally feel that whenever I'm sick and I have a persistent cough, I will tell the doctor that I do not want antibiotics, and what I'll do is that I'll just practice my yoga breathing. It will not be comfortable, definitely, because I'll be coughing throughout my breathing exercises. But if you pull through it and you just consistently do it, you feel that you cough less and your lungs get stronger and you will recover. Okay, so I think this is important. Alright, we're coming out of the rebound pose, so slowly wiggle your fingers and the toes first. Okay, and then now slowly I want you to flip back onto the belly. So just now you did open wing. Okay, now we're going to do closed wing. Okay, so the closed wing, starting from the left hand again. So I'm going to place my right palm down. I'm going to track my left hand with the palms up underneath my chest. Okay, and I'm going to use my body to press onto my arms. Okay, now I will tuck the toes. If let's say my chest is not above my arm, I will tuck my toes and roll my chest forward so that I can press it down. Okay, now you can extend your right hand out, and this is what I call half closed wing. Okay, and just stay here. Make sure your chest is pressing down onto your left arm. My left arm hurts because of the injection, so I'm going to take it slow. Okay? Now, if you can do full close swing, that means 2. So we have the left arm here, right? And then wiggle, 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 wiggle. If you can bring the right arm across as well, palms facing up. Same thing, tuck your toes here. Roll your body forward. Make sure your chest is pressing onto the arms. And then bring your forehead down. And stay here. Okay? So pick your choice, okay, of half wing or full wing. We're going to stay here for another 3 minutes, starting from now. Okay, this close wing is a very good counter for the previous open wing that we did, because now we're closing the stress that we have placed on the front of the shoulder. Okay, and in close wing, okay, we're also stretching the slightly outer part of the arm and shoulders, because earlier we were stretching this inner part, the inner part, okay, and now we're stretching the outer part. Now the outer part is where the large intestine meridian channels are. Okay, so this pose will stimulate this large intestine meridians. Okay, you will stretch it. Okay, at some point in time you may feel your hands, your arm is feeling numb. That is perfectly fine. Okay, because we're not going to stay here for the rest of the class. We're going to stay here only for another 1.5 minutes. Okay, and this numbness is common, it's very normal, but once you come out of the pose and do a rebound later, you will feel that blood rushing through. Sometimes you do, sometimes you do, because I think everybody feels differently. Okay? So the large intestine meridian channels is where you are stretching right now. And the large intestine actually absorbs water and salt from the materials of our food that is not digested, and it gets eliminated out from our body. So that is also important for a strong immunity system, because we want to make sure our body is able to eliminate bacteria out. Okay, to keep it clean and to excrete it out, and to keep our body safe and healthy. Okay, just couple more breaths here. Stay with me. Breathe. Your fingers start to feel numb. That's fine. Whether you're in closed swing or open wing, lift your head up first. If you're in closed swing, just place your right hand onto the mat and lift your left hand up. Okay? Half wing as well, just lift your left hand up. Okay, now we go straight into the rebound, because sometimes some of you may have numbness in your hands, so just lie on your back for a 1 minute rebound. Stay here, lying down. In this rebound, you can completely relax your body. Okay, maybe observe how one arm feels. If you had both arms, okay, and you manage to get your chest to press down in both arms, just take a notice whether the both arms feel different. For some of you who are doing the half close swing, okay, see how the arm that was under your chest, how does it feel now as you are in this rebound? Okay, so the lung meridian and the large intestine meridian are a pair of meridians, okay, that forms the metal element, okay, that is studied in traditional Chinese medicine. So the metal element has to be strong, okay, in order to keep your immunity strong, and that's what the traditional Chinese medicine doctors believe in. Okay, good. Now slowly come out of your rebound and flip back onto your bellies. Let's go for the second closed wing. So first, place your left palm onto the mat. Wiggle your right hand out, palms facing up. Okay. Then half wing, just bring your hands down Brace your forehead down. Okay? For full close swing, walk your left hand over, palms facing up. Tuck the toes. Shift your chest past the arms, bring your forehead down. Okay? As much as you can. Okay? The more your chest press onto these arms, okay, the more they are going to benefit from the stretch. And staying in that pose for a while will help it even more. Okay, so it's talking about the metal element in traditional Chinese medicine. So the metal element, okay, does not like dryness. So when we have a lot of dryness in our body, okay, especially, it will affect our lungs, okay, because that's when we start to also develop more infections because we don't have enough wetness, we don't drink enough water, okay, we are constantly thirsty. And I think it's also important to listen to your body. If your body says that I'm thirsty, go drink water, okay, because the body is very smart. If you really find time to listen to it, your body has a very good defense mechanism for itself. So if you're thirsty, go drink water. I don't mean if you're thirsty, go drink alcohol. It's a little different, okay? But if you're thirsty, go drink water, okay? And because it feels there's a lot of dryness in the body, and so that's one of the weakness of the metal element. Okay, let's keep breathing here. And another weakness that's common in metal element is the lung qi deficiency. Okay, as you know, we use the lungs to breathe. We inhale through the nose, but the air goes down into our lungs, and like I said, with the oxygen, it carries out throughout the whole body, through our red blood cells. So if we are deficient in this lung qi, okay, that's when we are very, very prone to getting flu, getting cough, getting infections. So that's why we always have to keep this lung qi balanced. Okay, and because of the fact that the metal element doesn't like dryness, it's also important to note that we do not expose ourselves to extreme hot temperatures for a long time. Because if we do, okay, our body will feel dry up too. Like if you go sun tanning, for example, okay, too much sun tanning also dries you up because you're most likely perspire a lot and you're losing a lot of water, but you're not replenishing. So you have to keep replenishing. Okay. All right. Now let's slowly come out of the pose. Okay, head up first, and then come into your other rebound. So lying on your back, closing your eyes here just for 1 minute, just to let your body take, okay, and absorb information on what has happened earlier in the previous pose. Okay, so your body feels this stress and tension in the joints, in your ligaments. They will start to figure out, like what has just happened, and when you try to circulate this qi flows in your body to help everything move in your body. Okay, good. Couple more breaths here. Just let your body relax and let it feel the effects of the previous pose. Good, now slowly come back up this time. Okay, either turn over to one side and come up, or you can rock up to a seated position. Now we're going to come into tabletop position. We're going to come into what we call a melting heart pose. Okay, so fingers spread wide apart, hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Okay, you can choose to tuck your toes or flatten your toes, doesn't matter, but I think because you're going to stay here for a while, flattening your toes could be more comfortable. Now keep your hips wherever they are, step wherever they are. Okay, and then slowly walk your hands forward. So now as you walk your hands forward, in order to keep your hips where they are, you have to arch your body. Okay, if you find anything arching, you will end up in this position. Okay, so you have to arch your body and slowly walk your hands down. Okay, now maybe you are here today. This is as much as you can do. Stay here. Okay, and you're staying here, maybe you have the block or the book. Just place your forehead in here. Like this. Okay? Or if you have your pillow or your bolster, you can also do this. Okay, but maintain this arch. Okay, you want to maintain this arch. Okay, then for those who can go more, walk your hands down further. Okay, maybe this time bring your forehead down. Okay, that's option 2. Option 3, maybe bring your chin down. Option 4, maybe you can come down, bring your chest down. Okay, then anytime in the 3 minutes, if you choose to, you can bring your hands together, bring your palms together, namaste for option 4. Okay, choose the option you would like to work with. You stay here for 3 minutes. Okay, like I mentioned before, you can start with the first option and slowly move on gradually later on to the deeper options. Okay, now so in this pose, we are really working to stretch the spine. Okay, at the same time, you still the shoulders. So if you are option 1, if you are your forearms, and you try to press your chest down towards the mat, you will start to feel it in this inner part of the shoulders. And again, I mentioned before, this is where the lung meridian is. Okay, this is where we're trying to stimulate today. Okay, those two, so that because this class is for strong immune system. Okay. Now, so besides breathing exercises through yoga, another cause, okay, of a weak metal element, okay, because the lungs and the large intestine, they both form the metal element, would be poor posture, like to hunch like that. Okay, see the handphone like that. Do the work like that. Okay, so this poor posture doesn't allow space in your body here to have efficient flow of breathing. Okay, or sometimes you can also have this causing this shallow breathing, which means you are a chest breather, you only breathe through here, you don't breathe all the way down from the diaphragm. In yoga practice, we do conscious breathing, sometimes 1 to 2 minutes, sometimes even 3 minutes, sometimes even 5 minutes, to breathe from the belly all the way up. You work this whole flow all the way down through the nose, down here and coming back up all the way. Okay? And this works for flow very good because it gives you strong and healthy lungs. Okay, so the poor posture of hunching over, looking at the handphone, always typing at the keyboard, okay, will then cause this shallow breathing and chest breathing. Okay, which means you don't get enough air in the chest. It's not easy to breathe. Okay, 1 more minute to go here. So if you like to take the last option, some of you would like to push your chest and your shoulders down a little more. Bring the elbows together and bring the palms together as you push your chest onto the floor. Okay, so other ways you can try, okay, to counter this weakness, okay, is to take frequent breaks. So especially if you're working from home and you're sitting down a lot, you know, and you're hunching a lot, do get up, take frequent breaks, walk around, create some movement. Just create some movement in the body. That's all we want to achieve. You want to create movement in the body, okay, so that you can circulate the qi flow in the body as well. Alright, couple more breaths here. 2 more breaths. One more inhale and exhale. Bring the palms closer to you. Now let's do the rebound in child pose. If you like to lie down on your bed, you can do so as well, but I thought it's more convenient coming to the child pose, so up to you. Bring your knees together, or if you like to, you can also bring your knees apart, okay, whatever that's comfortable for you, and bring your forehead down, okay, because the rebound pose, everyone has different comfortability, okay, and the rebound pose, okay, can be any pose. Of course, lying on the back is always more recommended, but any position, so that the flow, if the qi is moving inside you, once you release that stretch, that's what we're trying to achieve here in rebound pose. Okay, and if you're wondering what is this qi actually nourishes and controls the tissues of our body. Okay, sometimes if the previous pose you hold for a long time is very intense for your body, okay, your body is not used to be in that position for a long time. Sometimes your rebound, okay, you can experience a very strong movement of fluid moving inside or qi movement. I do get that when I do a lot of the lower hips stretches. I feel a lot of the blood gushing through when I get out of the pose. So sometimes you may not feel it, sometimes you do. Okay, so it really depends on where the qi flow is stagnated as well. Okay, alright, slowly come up from your child pose. This time come into a cross-legged position, any cross-legged position you want. Okay? Okay, so maybe this is a simple cross-legged position. This is also a cross-legged position with your knees down. Okay, that's one few options. Okay, otherwise, I will also can recommend you to take shoelace legs. Okay, what does that mean? So taking your right knee, okay, you bring it on top, okay, of the left knee, and you bring the heels together if you can. Heels together, heels apart, doesn't matter. Okay, this is the third option. So first option, normal cross-legged. Second option, all the way down. Third option, come into a shoelace pose. Okay, we're going to work with eagle arms. Okay, so whichever sitting position you're going to choose, we're going to bring the left arm down and the right arm above. Okay, now bring them across. Maybe you can grab both hands, maybe you can't, doesn't matter, otherwise just keep it here. Okay, because you're going to work on this shoulder area. So most importantly, if you're rounding this shoulder as much as you can, just to get into this position, that's good enough. Okay, for those who manages to place both hands together, bring the elbows up to be in line with the shoulder. Okay, and then everyone together take one inhale. As you exhale, bring the arms down. Okay, you can choose to hang, or if you like, you can extend. So for those who are taking the shoelace legs, go follow me, extend your belly out, maybe reach the elbows down towards the mat, maybe the hands down as well, and bring your forehead down and stay here. Okay, for those in the simple cross-legged position, just sink all the way down. Go as low as you can, just hang. Okay, and bring this hand towards the floor. So you can feel some stretch here, some stretch here, some stretch here, some stretch at the spine as well. Okay, of course you don't feel stretch in the legs, especially for those who took option 3 in the shoelace leg. Okay, you stay here for another 3 minutes. Okay, so same thing in this pose, you're working on stimulating the large intestine meridian, okay, and some other weakness, okay, of the large intestine meridian, other weakness of the metal element, okay, which is of course linked to these 2 meridians. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, okay, which means that you don't move around a lot, you just like to lie on the sofa and watch TV the whole day, it have some snacks. It's gonna be a couch potato. You don't like exercise, even walking to the supermarket is too much for you. Okay, you don't move a lot basically. So with that, usually what happens is that our digestive system, which is the large intestine, is the one that's going to help us eliminate waste, right? It doesn't work efficiently. Okay, so you may notice, okay, if you're a person with weak metal element, you may notice dry stool. Sometimes you'll find you're constipated, okay, or you'll find that you have a dry mouth, okay, and you're constantly thirsty. So that's why, like I said earlier, the metal element does not like dryness. So if you're not creating the circulation in your body, you need to at least bring in water to help circulate the motion in your body. Okay, it can be any motion, blood flowing, blood circulation, qi flow, there's still movement. Okay, so that's why it's always good to just get up and walk around. Okay, don't lie on the sofa the whole day. Okay, I mean, unless you're sick, you have a fever, then you need to rest. But it's always good to get some movement in the body, no matter how small it is. Okay, it's just so to get your body moving, get your qi flow moving in your body, your digestive system gets to also start to work better. Okay, so of course, one of the good ways, okay, to help this constipation problem, dry stools, of course, drink water. Other ways could be, as all traditional Chinese medicine doctor will tell you, don't take cold food, don't take cold drinks, okay? Warm food is always better for the tummy, always better for the digestive system, and that's why drinking warm drinks is also good. Hot tea, warm water is always better. But I understand that we live, at least I live, okay, in a country, if you're like me, live in a country that is hot all year round, sometimes you do crave for a cold drink. But I guess that's fine. I mean, it's once in a while. It's just that if you know that your body has too much of these cold drinks, then it's time to get out of it. Alright, slowly come back up. Okay, slowly come back up. Release your hands. Release your legs. Let's do the other side. So for those who have the crossing of the legs, switch your crossing of the legs. It may feel weird, yeah, but that's what we want. We want to bring this to our brain that something else is different, challenge our brain to work a little bit to say that this is also normal. Okay, and then I'll sit like this, other cross-legged position with feet stacked. And then lastly, of course, to bring the left knee on top of the right knee. Okay, any position you are in. Right arm under, left hand up. Okay, if you can lock, you lock. Cannot lock, doesn't matter. Place your palms here. Okay, but you need to round the shoulders here. So from here, first bring the elbows up and then slowly bring the arms down. Either hang, just hang here. Okay, or if you can, if you're in the shoelace pose, bring your belly all the way down, maybe hand to touch. Okay. Sometimes some of you are quite flexible, even in your cross-legged position, you can then do so. Okay, just bring your hand to touch. You can also bring your elbows to touch. Okay, wherever you feel, okay, there is more stretch you're getting here and here. Do whichever variation that helps you. Okay, so you need to adjust your body in different levels to see which will help you stretch you more. Okay, I will stay here for another 3 minutes. Okay, so I'll continue talking about the metal element. Okay, so when we have imbalance in the metal element, okay, that's where we start to have cough. We get this phlegm. So sometimes, when I said earlier, metal element does not like dryness. It likes a little dampness, but if there's too much dampness, that's where we get the phlegm. So we also either too dry, we get dry cough. Too wet, we get a phlegmy cough. Okay, that is the reason why if you can keep your metal element in balance, you are pretty sure your immunity system is quite strong. Okay, and You also feel that you are low in energy, like you have no strength to do anything. Okay, you also feel definitely constipated. Okay, so constipation is also one of them. So it's always recommended that you go to the toilet once a day. I know some people don't go for 3 days in a row. I don't know if that is normal, but I think for some people it's normal. So you know your regular bowel movement. So if it's longer than your usual regular bowel movement, then you probably know you're constipated. Okay, and another weakness, or rather not weakness, another imbalance of the metal element is when you have shortness of breath. It means your lungs is not able to function to its maximum ability. Okay, now so with that, okay, I always feel that you either have to find ways that you can bring that balance back. For example, do breathing exercises always good. Like some of the recommended breathing exercises, like what I said earlier, avoid cold food, cold drinks. All this will help bring the balance of your metal element back. Okay, and then what else? Exercises. Try your posture. Try not to hunch too much. Don't round your shoulders too much. Okay, so all these little things can be done. Then, of course, to help digestion, avoid processed food. Number one. Okay, try to eat more whole foods and less processed food. That will also really help. Okay. Alright, now let's slowly come out of the pose. So from here, bring your hands up. Place your hands down, release your legs, lie down your backs for your 2-minute rebound pose. So as you lie down here, close your eyes. Okay, again, like it says, let your body. Okay, as you lie down, let the body have that chi flow moving in you. Okay, from the last 2 poses that we stayed in. Okay, just for 2 minutes here. Now, other imbalance in the metal element can be caused by unresolved grief. Okay, so maybe you have been very sad before, something happened in your life that caused or traumatized, you got traumatized emotionally of something that happened in your life, and this grief is not resolved and this stays in you. It also can cause a weak metal element, and that's why I always feel that the immune system is not only physical, which means you exercise, you eat the healthiest food, but if you're constantly in grief, your body feels that stress. We may not see it because on the outside you look perfectly fine, you're healthy, you're fit, you have 6 packs, you look great, but inside you are suffering. And of course nobody knows, right? But your body knows. Your body absorbs this tension and this stress. And if it's not resolved, this can also cause an imbalance in the metal element. And usually be good if you can find somebody to talk to, because sometimes it doesn't matter if the person is able to help you, but just telling the person how you feel often makes you feel better. Okay, and your body feels it as well when it feels better and is able to help you to relax more and to help you fight, okay, viruses, infections that's trying to enter into your body. Okay. Alright, let's slowly get up of your rebound. Now as you get up of your rebound, same thing. Okay, either turn over to one side and come up or rock up. Okay, last pose. You're going for a side stretch. Okay. Now, again, choose the way you want to sit. You can sit again cross-legged. Now you choose sitting cross-legged. Maybe you want to take the block. Maybe you want to take the pillow. I generally like the pillow because the pillow is so soft. A bolster. Okay, sitting cross-legged. Okay, place your forearms down here. Okay, and just bring this right arm over and hang. Now you need to bring this right arm over and hang because again we are stretching this part. Okay, we're going to stretch this lung meridian again. Okay, as we talk about this unresolved grief that we have to help. It's all through the body. Okay, as you hang here. Alright, if you do not want the pillow, you can just place your forearms down. Just hang and stay here. Okay, cross-legged position, or if you like, for some of you who would like a stretch in your groin, come into a middle split. Okay, in this middle split, same thing. Okay, if you have a block, place it in front of you. You have a pillow, place it in front of you. Okay, coming back down. So place your palms down and just hang over the head and stay here. Okay, you will feel a very nice stretch here. You will feel a very nice stretch in your groin, and you feel a very nice stretch in your arm. Now, whichever action you take with your legs, do remember to push this elbow out. Okay. This is not going to stretch as much as if you stretch it this way. Okay, so really consciously pull this elbow behind. Okay, if this is too much and you find that the cross-legged position is too easy, okay, then bend the right knee. Okay, and to one side. Okay, so place the palms down. Hang it. Stay. Alright, stay here for 3 minutes. Okay, other cause of weakness, okay, in the metal element is of course smoking. Smoking is, everyone knows, is bad for the lungs, okay? Or sometimes you can inherit weak lungs from your parents, it's in your DNA. That's why in our culture, the Asian culture, when somebody in the family is pregnant, they start to buy a lot of herbs, okay, and make the mother take the herbs first, so that the baby that's born out could maybe have a slightly better constitution than the parents. I mean, if it's in your DNA, it's your DNA, right? You can't do very much, but they always hope that with certain herbs, they are able to have the baby born out a little stronger constitution. Okay, and you can also see, okay, what does that, so smoking is one of the causes of the weakness of the metal element, and the result of it is of course shortness of breath, okay, because it's difficult to breathe. Also the voice is very weak, it's soft, okay, no strength. So usually if you have weak lung or a lung qi deficiency, you can hear that the person can't speak, can't project the voice out very loud. Okay, and then dry skin, okay, you can see in the skin, the skin is very dry, and definitely prone to sickness. Okay, so that's why I keep saying that the lung is really important to keep this immune system strong, and your large intestine is also required, so because they work as a pair, okay, it's also required to help eliminate whatever waste that is left over from the food that is not taken in by the other parts of the organs, okay, and eliminates out. So you need to eliminate healthily, efficiently, okay, so that you don't have the toxins left in your body, okay, and at the same time, you also have to ensure that your lungs are strong so that it can keep the virus away from your body. Okay, so what can we do? Sometimes we have too much wind in the body. Too much wind in the body is also not good for metal, okay, and it ends up very cold. So sometimes it's always good to maybe wrap your neck, okay, alright, or your chest with a scarf to keep yourself warm, okay. And then of course, I don't know, when I was young, my mother always says, you know, after the rain, I get myself caught in the rain, I cannot shower, wash my hair, because it's really good, because the wind enters in through my scalp. So little things like that. This was from my culture, so, but I think it's good to share as well. Alright, slowly come up of the pose, the side pose. Okay, we will take the rebound later in Shavasana because we're reaching to Shavasana. So let's do the other side. So if you have done cross-legged, middle split on one side. Take your option now. So maybe here, raise your arms down, raise your left hand up, hang over again. Try not to bring your shoulder down like that. Okay, if you're very tight, try to open it up. Okay? If you feel that this height is still not enough for you to hang yourself, okay, then you can put up a block, place upon here. Okay, it's just very simple. You just hang. Okay, bend your hands or straight your hands, doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you feel that you are stretching this part of your arm, that is what you want to achieve. Okay, then of course those who are in the middle splits, let's get even more. Okay, you don't need any props, by all means go ahead. Okay, maybe you want to grab your feet or not, that's up to you as well. You take your pick. If you can grab your feet, bring the arms behind your ears. Okay, we're not going for a twist here, we are really going for a side bend, so just bend to the side. Stay here. Okay, and breathe here. Couple more minutes here, 2 more minutes into this pose before we come into Shavasana. Okay, so as we are coming close to the end of the Yin Yoga practice, okay, I'd just like to speak a little bit about this special yoga practice. So as you notice that in the last 55 minutes or so of the class, it was static and it's slow and it's patient and it's not aggressive, okay, in a sense. And in the Yin Yoga, your body temperature will go down because we are not creating heat in the body. Okay, your heart rate will also go down. So I always feel that Yin Yoga is really good for relaxing the body, and I find it really beneficial in complementing all my young yoga classes. Okay, because I feel that everything needs to have a balance. Too much of yang is also not good. Too much of yin is also not good. So I think this balance is really good, and it also lets my muscles heal. Okay, before I stress it again in another yang class, for example. Okay, and I always find that in Yin Yoga it's tougher, not physically but mentally. Okay, mentally to turn your mind inwards and to slow down your brain is so difficult because we have 101 things to think about in our minds, 101 things going on in our minds, and it really takes a lot of strength and skill and discipline to be focused and present in the moment. So if you feel that your thoughts are wandering around, maybe you're not listening to what I'm saying, that's fine, okay, but it takes time. Okay? It takes time to really try not to think of anything else when you're in a particular place and time. Okay, so don't beat yourself over it, that's normal. But I guess through practice, you will start to learn, and in a way, it's a kind of form of a meditation where you can finally keep still and focus on your breath and your body. Alright, great. Now slowly come back up from the pose. And then let us all come down to our backs, lying down for the last rebound in Shavasana. Okay, as you lie here, you bring your legs leg width apart. Okay, your arms can be as wide as you want it to be, totally up to you. Okay, and there's palms facing up. Just close your eyes here and completely relax. Because maybe for some of you in this class today, you feel that you have relaxed so much, and that's the reason why I decided to take the Shavasana pose as part of the rebound pose. Okay, I'd like you to try to not think of anything just for 1 minute. Okay, and just think about or observe how your body feels after all the stretches. If you don't feel anything, you can't observe anything, that is also fine. But your body knows. Okay, because when you put your body in that position for a long time, you're stressing it. And when your body feels the stress, it reacts to it. And then once you release that stress, your body will start to completely relax. And slowly will move the chi flow around your body. I'll just quickly guide you through the 2 meridians again. Okay, that forms this water element in the traditional Chinese medicine, which in Asia we believe it's important to keep balance, to keep a strong immunity system. From the shoulder, on the right shoulder, it flows all the way down onto the arms, past the inner elbows, ending at the tongue. We come to the large intestine meridian, starts from your right index finger. It flows all the way up, passing your elbow, and all the way to your shoulder, crossing your chest. It's not crossing that, past your neck up, okay, to your nose, right side of the nose, and cross over to the left side of the nose. Coming to the left side, the long meridian starts from the inner part of that left shoulder, flowing all the way down the arms, your inner elbows, down to the wrist, down to your toes. And then the large intestine meridian will start to flow up from your index finger all the way up to the elbow, your arm, your shoulder, across your neck, your cheek, through passing your left inner nose and all the way ends at the right outer nose. So I'll take one deep inhale here through the nose and exhale. One more deep inhale through the nose and exhale. You can choose to stay in Shavasana if you like to. Otherwise, if you are ready to come up with me, so bring both feet together. Bring your arms over your head, interlace your fingers, straighten the elbows. Let's give your body one last stretch of the spine. Then slowly release. Let's bend both knees, bring both knees to the chest. And then let's bend, turn your body to one side. Place your palms down and come into a comfortable seated cross-legged position. Good. Place your palms together. Closing your eyes here. Let's bow down our heads. Focusing on our inhalation and our exhalation. Let's also start to be grateful for being able to give ourselves time to practice and care for our bodies. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much for staying with me in this 60 minutes in yoga.